It's written about Noah, a righteous man, perfect in his generations. He walked with God. No such praise is given to Avram Avinu or Moshe or any of the prophets. The only person who comes close is Job. Job is described as blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. Noah is actually the only individual that the Tanakh describes as tzaddik. Yet, the Noah we see at the end of his life is not the person we saw at the beginning. The man of God becomes a man of the soil. The upright man becomes a drunkard. The man clothed in virtue now lies naked. This is the tale of decline. Noah was a good man in a bad age, but his influence on the life of his contemporaries was apparently non-existent. And that is implicit in God's statement when he said, "You alone I have found righteous in this whole generation, Noah." Noah preserved his virtue by separating himself from his environment. He was, we can say, a good man who was not a good leader. This way of interpreting the story, if correct, entails a very strong conclusion. We know that Judaism involves collective responsibility because it teaches us, Kol Israel arivim ze bazeh. All Israel are responsible for one another. But it may be that simply being human also involves collective responsibility. Not only are Jews responsible for one another, it seems though that the Torah sets a high standard for moral life. It is not enough to be righteous if that means turning our backs on a society that's guilty of wrongdoing. We must take a stand. That is because the moral life is a life we share with others. We are, in some sense, responsible for the society of which we are part of. It's not enough to be good. We must encourage others to be good. There are times when each of us must lead. Shabbat Shalom.